Alright guys, welcome back to more war content. We've got Path 1 and Path 3 in the same battle group. We're going to start off on Path 1. We've got Viv against Killmonger on this regen node. Nothing too crazy here. We just want to make sure we put on a passive heal block with our medium ending combos. Get to a special 2 and then unblockable special 1s when we're above a bar of power and Killmonger is below a bar of power. So here we're going to end up pushing Killmonger to a special 2, I believe. Yep. And then after that, get back to a special 1, and we can get off a bunch of unblockable special 1s in a row, and pretty much nuke this one down really fast. Now, I did speed up the fights a little bit because I've got 10 fights again. Want to make sure we get them all in, and obviously ones that are repeat fights every war, we're going to probably skip some of those. Here, we've got the Masochism Red Skull. We have done this in the past. We start with a bar of power, and we throw it right away to help get rid of some of the armor ups. And then once the armor ups are gone, we can hit into Red Skull's block. And also after he throws a special 1, when he puts on the auto block, we can bypass it with medium attacks or special 1. So after he throws a special 1, I might go medium, back off. And then again, we got a nice little intercept, medium into a special 1. And we're getting the corruption going. The Living Abyss, debuffs, everything is working in our favor. We actually got enough debuffs to heal block him as well from the Masochism. And Knull absolutely rips through this Red Skull. So even though he was annoying in the last war on a different node, this time with Knull being available, absolutely destroys him here. Fantastic fight with Knull. Next up, we're going to stay on Path 1 in Section 2. We've got a Thing fight. We're going to do this one with Void. We are just going to, even though I can probably avoid the rock stacks, because if I get enough debuffs on Thing, then because I'm a global attacker, if I'm knocked him down, I can place a slow. But other than that, it's just counting up to 15. Here you're going to see I'm going to get to 14 hits, but I'm right below a bar of power. Throw 1 hit, get to a bar of power for him. Now I'm going to back away, let him throw that special 1, and then the rock stacks go down to 0. And we're just getting our intimidating debuffs on. It's going to keep the healing under control if we dash back twice in a row. Nothing too crazy here. We've done a lot of fights over the years with Void against Thing, and this is pretty much no different than any other. So again, he throws a special 1. I'm going to go ahead and throw my special, get to 15 charges. Or 15 rock stacks. He throws another special 1, dumps those rock stacks, and the fight is almost over. So nothing too crazy here. This was a very close war. We ended up losing this one at the end. I did have one mistake late. It did not end up making a difference, but it was frustrating nonetheless. Now we're going to go to we're going to skip back over to Section 3. Or Path 3, Section 1. We've got a Nimrod here. We're going to take this one with Deathless King Groot because we're going to use him as a global attacker against a global defender, so we can put on those slows with knockdowns, so heavies or specials. And the only thing here is that I'm not going to take any damage from the being special locked or power drained. None of that is going to happen. I am going to get special locked, and I'm just going to I'm going to build to 2 bars of power, then I'm going to back off, then wait for the special lock timer to end, then parry, drop the special 2, and that's how you can get your specials off. Most of this is just evading the specials and countering. I do get clipped, I think, a couple times by the end of the special 1 when it's unblockable. Sometimes I still mess that up after all this time. So there you go. Get 2 decks, and then I get hit. So nothing too crazy there. We take that out. Now we got Guardian here. We are going to ignore the node, and we are going to use Magneto to bypass the node because Guardian is metal. And this is basically the same thing that I do for a future Ant-Man fight later on, that I'm going to kind of skip that fight because we do it all the time. But this is really the same thing that I do all the time against these metal champions, which is parry heavy and get to special 3. So like usual, we're just going to do the same thing here. Bait out some special 1s. We're healing back from the shock that Guardian puts on us. And we just need to get to a special 3. And we can basically ignore the entire fight. There is a chance right there that the special lock kicks in, so just be aware of that. But most of the time, you're going to ignore it. We're going to go ahead and push to 3 bars. We're at 41 prowess. Bait out that special 1, drop our own special 3, and Guardian is essentially done here. Down to like 27%, and the bleeds will take him away, and I think we knock him out with a striker before the bleeds do. Next up, we got Section 2, Path 3. We're going with Deathless King Groot against Guillotine 2099. This is the Thorns node, so if there's an armor up, it's going to put bleeds on you. Don't have to worry about that because we're bleed immune. And I don't have to worry about Guillotine 29 special 1 can power drain you, but I don't have to worry about that with Deathless King Groot because we're immune. I go ahead and there is glancing from the armor up, so I think I go for a special 2 first, and then I drop a special 1 to remove the armor up. But there we get some decent damage there with the what was it, 6 or 7 Furies there, and then we go ahead. And I think I'm going to go for the special 1. Also have to be aware of the Digi-Cloak there to avoid the invisibility, because you don't want to get destroyed that way. But nothing too crazy at all on this node. Deathless King Groot, perfect counter for this node defender combination. So a few more combos here, and the fight is done. Next up on this path is the aforementioned future Ant-Man. I've done this one before. I'm just going to show the very beginning and the end of the fight. I'm just going to skip through the middle. It is really just parry heavy and drop a special 3. So I'm just going to show you quickly. I'm going to come into the fight, wait for the magnetism to apply, parry heavy, and then later on get to a special 3, drop it, fight is over. So nothing too crazy there. Now I've got 3 more fights left in this one, 2 minis, and the far left Path 1 fight. So first we've got the Hazard Shift Weapon X. We're going to go with Magneto here, Incinerate, Shock, Hazard Shift. We're going to back up, wait for the magnetism to apply. We're going to go slow parry heavies up to special 3, keeping an eye on the Berserker charges on the top right, that when I push to, I think, over like 22, like 23 to 25, somewhere there, it is going to trigger the Berserker Rage, and I'm going to have to back off and wait for the Unstoppable to fall off. So right there, we get to 25. He's unblockable. I'm going to go ahead and drop the special 3. There is going to be some healing that he gets after the special 3, but then the detonation of the bleeds is going to basically offset that healing. So he heals back a bunch, and then it's all then there's going to be a big burst damage. There it is. And here I'm kind of backing away. I do a few counters, but I'm also waiting for those red charges to fall off, which is basically a hard reset for him. So now we're back at the beginning with his Berserker Rage on cooldown. Drop another special 3. I didn't charge enough prowess here, but it's fine. We get off some decent damage, and then I think I get a couple bleeds, throw another special 1, and that is it. So pretty happy with that fight there. Next up, we've got the Buffet Photon. We've done this one before. I can do it with Void or with Viv. This time we're going with Void and a invulnerability boost. And the main thing against Photon here is making sure that you keep tabs of the top right, her charges, and her power bar. So you can evade her specials when she is not in her pure light form. She will go in the pure light form when you knock her down over 10 charges, or if she dashes back and holds block over 10 charges. So here, she throws that special 1, I throw my special to knock her down, and now I just have to wait out the pure light form because she's below a bar power. That's the key, because in the pure light, you can't evade the special. The only problem I run into in this fight at one point is because I do let her get too many regens. She goes unblockable from the node itself, not just from the pure light, and that is going to take away one of my invulnerability boost charges, and I think I'd lose another one in another spot. But for the most part, not a problem. Sometimes you can, like there, I lost a charge right there because of the unblockable from the node. But sometimes I will, if I put the invulnerability boost on, the other strategy is also to just push all the way to a special 3 if need be, and you can tank the entire special 3, and after the special 3 she'll be in the pure light but with no power. So that is the other option here. There again, I intercept with a special 2. She's below bar power with the pure light form. I'm getting kind of stuck, so I throw my striker, go for a full combo, and now we're in good shape again. I can throw that. She throws that special 1. I can evade. We're not in pure light, and we take it out. Very happy with that Photon fight. Last, the fight was the war was already lost, but I wanted the solo here really badly because I put my name in the pot that I could do this one, and the fight was actually perfect until I made a mistake because Black Panther Civil War has been revamped recently. So he's a little bit different than he used to be. I did do some testing on here, but I guess I didn't test out at a certain point in the fight. I'm going to throw a heavy, and the heavy is going to trigger an unstoppable, and that unstoppable is going to screw me up, and then I get caught on a dash back. But really, the fight was in total control the entire time, and I was very happy about that. Lots of regen on this node, but I was absolutely shredding it, and hopefully if I get this fight again, I can get the solo. But in this case here, I'm going to go ahead and throw my striker, and I should have just gone with a regular combo. Instead, I go for the heavy, and because of that heavy, I get stuck. And even that first special 1, I evade no problem, get off another special 2, in fact. And then when I dash back, I get caught on a dash back here trying to evade, and I evaded too early. So that is it for the war. I do go back in and finish it off, but hopefully you enjoyed the fights this time, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.